Welcome back to another workout. In today's workout video, I'll be going over an upper body and a lower body workout, two separate workouts on two separate days that you can do for 2 days, 4 days, or 6 days, taking a rest day after the workout days. Now we're moving into the upper body workout. We're starting with one of my all-time favorites, which is an incline chest press, but we are doing a hammer grip because it emphasizes the stretch personally, and I feel like because my elbows are not flared outward like a traditional chest press, you can keep the tension on your pecs and really feel when your shoulders are beginning to take action in the movement. And I also like it because it really targets your triceps, good amount of strength in your forearm and grip as well when performing that exercise, and it feels really good on my body. So it is one that I regularly visit. And after doing the dumbbell incline chest press, we're moving on to some seated dumbbell bicep curls. I don't really have a preference when I do standing versus seated, but the main points are still the same. Use a mirror if you can to really focus on that contraction of the bicep and make sure to engage your core during the movement. We want to make sure that our form and posture is upright and make sure that we are really teaching our body how it feels to use that specific muscle. And after doing the dumbbell bicep curls, we're moving on to the back, but the chest press and the dumbbell bicep curls was a superset, and a superset is when you go straight into another exercise without any rest. So we hit the chest straight into the biceps, doing that for a total of 3 sets of 20 reps. And then we're moving on to the back and the shoulders with a cable lat pull down, and then you're going to superset that movement into a standing dumbbell shoulder press. And we are going to be lifting relatively light, going to be lifting for 20 reps. I really like the higher rep range because it reduces my risk of injury and I can train more often. And after doing the back cable lat pull downs, we're going to move into the standing dumbbell shoulder press. I am using a mirror, but it's really far from me. But either way, I'm still able to focus on building that muscle mind connection. And I really like doing a dumbbell shoulder press after a cable lat pull down because they are two movements that are in opposition to one another but still using the same region of muscles in your body. So the pushing, you can see like my lats sticking out. Now it's not really using the lats to push, but you can feel that added tension when you come down with the dumbbell shoulder press on those lats, and that's why I like to pair those two. Same with the chest and the biceps. I feel like it really just feels really good to use and incorporate two separate muscle groups such as a push and a pull because of that difference, and you can really feel it in your body. And after doing the back and the shoulders, we're moving back to the chest with a machine chest press. I really dig this machine at my gym. It feels really good on my pec and I can really feel the stretch. After doing the 20 reps of the chest press, we're moving to the core, supersetting it back to back, meaning after doing the 20 reps, you're not gonna rest. You're gonna head over to the machine crunches and bust out 20 reps of these, and then you're gonna rest for 2 minutes and then repeat the process for a total of 3 sets yet again. I really have been enjoying adding the supersets back into my regime because I've noticed it always feels nice on my body because it prevents that over fatigue from that muscle because you have quite a bit of time in between each muscle. If you think about it, I hit the machine chest press, then there's an added time while I'm doing the abs and then resting for 2 minutes before hitting the chest again. It really does give it a better almost sensation because you're not over fatiguing it with just hitting that muscle group hard. And now we're moving on to the lower body workout, and we're going to start the lower body workout off with 5 minutes of StairMaster. And I honestly love the StairMaster because it engages a lot of your lower body, meaning There's a lot of tension on your quads, your hamstrings, and your glutes. That's why you'll see a lot of women do the StairMaster, because it really does target quite a bit of the region, quite a bit of your muscle groups of the lower body. And after doing the StairMaster, which I am utilizing for a warm up, I'm hitting the hamstrings, but this workout will be slightly different than the upper body workout because we're going to be doing a total of 4 sets. I'm not going to be doing any compound movements. We're going to do the hamstring curls for the hamstrings, shooting for those high reps, really focusing on just that squeeze. I love the hamstring curl because I can really feel my muscles tearing apart and then really contracting, squeezing of the muscle. And it's really nice to not always rely on compound movements like a squat or a deadlift, because over time my body becomes overly fatigued and then I burn out very easily. Like last video I did 20 reps of the easy bar squat and that absolutely fried my quads. And after doing the hamstring curls, we're moving to the quads with some leg extensions. And as you can see, I actually love this movement as well because it's simple and it even really adds that definition to the side of your quads. And if you look closely in the video, you can see how my quadriceps are interacting with the movement as I do it. Looks very easy to do because it is, and it's really nice to add that volume into it without doing anything again with something that just absolutely wrecks your body. After doing the leg extensions, we're moving to a glute isolation exercise, which will be the kickback. And the kickback is actually nice because I didn't realize how much it added to me walking. A simple act such as walking, I realized it really helped bring my hips more into alignment with my body rather than having that slight pelvic tilt. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. And after doing the kickbacks, which I feel like is a great exercise. Now the cables is probably something that I would have to experiment with because that's a whole nother world. And that concludes our workout for today. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more workouts in the future. And as always, stay tuned and thank you for watching.